It's probably more true now than ever before to say that we live in a crazy time. There's probably a lot going on that we didn't expect. We are having to be flexible and do things we probably did not expect to be doing. In fact, even today, for the first time, I taught all of my classes from home. My school has switched to online for at least the next 2 weeks, and I had to do all of my classes over Zoom with my students and trying to figure out this whole new learning platform and just the flexibility that comes with that. But in all of this craziness, I want to hopefully encourage you and remind you of something. My doctrine class is actually about halfway through our chapter on if Christianity is true, why do people walk away? And the first 7 sections go over the different reasons why doubt may spring up in our life. In fact, I might be doing a live stream on this in the future, so definitely look for that. But the last reason that it pointed out was that doubt comes from distractions. You know, we live in a culture where we see thousands of advertisements every day, that people are tracking what we do online and advertise something that you were just looking at, you know, when you're on social media. Maybe you're on YouTube and you see an ad and it's like, wait, I was just looking at that product on Amazon. Yeah, these things happen all the time and they're flooding our attentions. You see, but what this does is we only have so much time and so much attention to give to certain endeavors. And so when we are distracted and constantly in other areas, it keeps us from being able to think deeply about things that truly matter and pursue meaningful pursuits. We're often just so distracted that we stay on the surface level of things. And I'm guilty of this as well. So in our book, it actually mentioned a study that was done that studied 7 to 14-year-old boys who play a lot of video games. And what they found was that when children play a lot of video games, it actually reduces the blood flow to the executive center of the brain and increases blood flow to the pleasure center of the brain. And what they found that this did is it gave the same satisfaction and enjoyment and pleasure as if you would have accomplished something great in life without having to accomplish anything in the real world. You see, our brains were actually designed to, when we organize our thoughts, it gives us pleasure. That when we focus intently on something, right? You've probably been aware of this, of when you focus very, very intently on something, you're truly meditating and thinking deeply, that sometimes you're unaware of your surroundings, right? You get lost in the moment that you don't realize your friends are talking to you and you kind of have to come back to, right? That maybe you do something that you truly enjoy and time seems to just go away, where all of a sudden it's like, whoa, an hour went by. Where did that go? Right, and so when we recognize that our brains also activate and give us pleasure and enjoyment when we are focused deeply on something and praying. And then ultimately, when we communicate these ideas, also the pleasure center of our brain is activated. You see, we are built to think deeply about things, to reorganize our thoughts, and then share those thoughts with other people. And this brings pleasure and joy into our life. The problem is that we are often so distracted in life that we don't have the time to think deeply about what truly matters. And so I want to encourage you not to stop thinking about the coronavirus and all the things that are going on in the world. In fact, those are things that we should be thinking about because they affect others. And if we are going to love people well, we have to understand how to love them. And the best way to love them is by following the things that we need to follow and what the authorities are saying. But in all of that, I just want to remind you, don't take this time. Here's my encouragement. Don't take this time as you are kind of shut in the house to just fill with movies and video games and that sort of thing. Find new hobbies. Find productive things to do. Read good books. And I encourage you to keep processing, keep thinking deeply about things that truly matter. Watch good YouTube videos, not maybe all the ones where we just waste our time, which I fall guilty to as well. So that's my encouragement, is in this time where we are kind of stuck inside the houses and kind of under lockdown and quarantined, I pray that you do not get distracted with the things that do not matter, but continue to focus deeply on what does matter, who God is, who He has created us to be, and how we can go about loving those around us. Pray that you stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you online for more videos and live streams coming up. Have a blessed day, guys.